Hey, what's going on? Jason here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to upload a list into your ActiveCampaign account. So this can be very helpful anytime you're setting up a new account, anytime that you've got maybe an export from another source that you had, et cetera, et cetera. When you have more than, let's say, 20 names, it's much easier to upload them in a list as opposed to doing it one-on-one like we did in the last video. So the way you would do this, I've prepared a sample upload list, and this is in Google Sheets. You've got my dog Sailor and my dog Toby, and just kind of a standard formatting on what you might see from an export. So this is not in the correct file format yet. This is in whatever the file format for Google Sheets is. But the beauty is we come up here to File, we can actually download this into the correct file format, which is a CSV file or comma separated values. I don't think anybody knows what that's what it stands for, but it doesn't matter. CSV file. So if we go into the ActiveCampaign account, there's a couple things we need to do here first. We're going to go to the website menu. Just kidding. We're going to go to the contacts menu, go to lists, and select a list that we want to upload into. So for the purpose of this, we could look at test, but before we even do that, here's something that we want to do. We want to look at the fields on our upload list and make sure we have comparable fields in ActiveCampaign for the information to migrate into. I happen to know that first name, last name, and email are all standard fields. So if we come to our fields, contact fields, these top 6 are all standard fields. First name, last name, email, phone number, those are on our list. First name, last name, email, phone number. So we need city, state, and zip. So we're going to create that under the contact fields real quick, right? And we'll get into fields in a different video in this course, but from a real high level, we're going to do just what I said. City, text input type is fine. All right, and I've got some other fields in here for some other stuff. City, state, and zip. And let's not put in zip here. Let me show you what happens if you need custom fields and you don't have them here. Okay, so we're going to go to our lists. We're going to go to our test list, and we're going to come over here to import contacts in just a second. So what we're going to do now is we're going to download this as a CSV file. I will leave it right there. Sample upload list is what I've called it. So I'm going to come over here to test, hit import, and it's going to tell you import a CSV file. Okay, there's a couple different options here, but we're going to do the import from file. We're going to go to my downloads and grab that list we just put there, and it is going to start reading our fields. So these are the fields that it sees in my sheet. So you notice good formatting is field header at the top, space, data. That works pretty well, okay? So it sees all of those, and then it's going to ask me, what field do you want the first name column in the sheet to go into to ActiveCampaign? So it automatically knew first name, last name, email. Since some of these aren't standard, it doesn't know what I want. So for city, we will look, there's a custom fields here. We just made that city, state, it's going to be in alphabetical order. Zip is going to be, okay, so there's an example there I did on purpose with zip. I didn't create it yet, and phone is phone. So with zip, let's say you have this scenario where your sheet has a column and you forgot to create it. You can actually create it from right here. Add new field. Add that, field type, text inputs, what most of them are. Give it a name, just like we did on the other screen. Zip, boom, set up to go. So some other things you can do, even though we started to upload it to this list, if we wanted to, we could upload it to more than one list. We could add any tags. Let's say I was importing this from MailChimp. You might put that note in there so in the future, if you refer back to a contact, you might see that and go, oh yeah, they were on that original import. And we're going to leave everything else as such. Any automation set to trigger on new or updated contacts will run upon import. That's fine. Create field options. That's fine as well. So we're going to leave the standard defaults as such. I had to read that because those two options at the bottom are newer. Okay. We're going to hit import now. It'll tell you you can stay here on leave and let it run in the background. Well, since we're importing 2 contacts for this example, it shouldn't take too long. Now, I have imported hundreds of thousands at a time, and that can take a long time, like hours or maybe even a couple days, like 2 days or something like that. So in that case, I just walk away for a while, check back later, and we'll come into our list, and test is the name of the list. And we can see Sailor and Toby are here. And if we look at the data, first name, last name, phone number, city, state, zip, everything worked as we wanted to. Got that tag for MailChimp, got them the list we wanted as well. And one automation fired because they have a phone number. This is just a sandbox account, so that doesn't matter. But there you go. Everything worked just like it's supposed to. Now, a tip I will give you, if you've ever heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out, this is exactly what that's talking about. I have seen people upload really messy, disorganized lists. And if that's going to be the case, guess what's going to go in ActiveCampaign? A bunch of incomplete data and junk. So the one field every contact must have, again, is email. Everything else is optional. Now, here's some examples of things you don't want. Before you import, this is stuff you want to address. If you have a CSV file, you can open it with Google Sheets, so it's in a format you can understand like this. And the same thing is true with Excel, Microsoft Excel, okay? Some examples of stuff you don't want to leave on here. You'll see weird stuff sometimes, like, you'll see gibberish in a field, right, that clearly doesn't match what it is. When you see that stuff, you need to figure it out and get it out of there. Like with a MailChimp import as an example, they'll have all these different columns of junk, like longitude, latitude, stuff like that. I would literally just, before you import, delete the crap out of there you don't want. Otherwise, you have all these custom fields in ActiveCampaign you got to create, which have zero value to you at all. Okay? Keep it simple, keep it clean, do the work up front. You don't want to have to come in to this account after an import and start manually fixing data and stuff. It's a bad idea. Now, if you have 2 imports, 2 contacts in import, doesn't matter. If you have 2,000, it's going to be hell for somebody, okay? I hope this video was helpful. This is something that is a really good skill to have, and it seems easy, right? But I've seen a lot of people do this incorrectly, and a big piece of that is with this data. Clean data in, clean data out. All right, hope this helps. See you in the next video.